Hey guys, Mike the Vike here, back for yet another video. So a couple weeks ago I did a video on a custom map showcase and you guys were super duper into it, and so I figured, well, let's take a look at a couple more custom maps because that video was really the tip of the iceberg. So I've been snooping around the community looking for good maps to showcase, and oh man, there's definitely a whole bunch. I think we'll do a couple videos for sure. Fella by the name of The Gordon Project created this map called Curse Island, and I was immediately interested in this thing. What got my attention right away was just the map layout, so take a look at this thing. This doesn't even do it justice, but what the heck, right? This is not exactly a map design you see every day. Now, this is still fairly experimental on the channel, so if you do want to see more of these custom map videos, definitely leave a like on the video. I should point out, this is made by like a single person, guys. Maybe two, let's say, I don't fully know yet. And I forgot to mention, this thing has taken him something like a year to build, which is just phenomenal. A year to make a map for free. Amazing, amazing.
So would you like a fly around on the map, or would you like me to just accompany you?
I'd just love to see your way of introducing it, so entirely up to you.
I'm going to bring you over to the lighthouse. I'm heading over there now. So, yeah, so it's still basic monument. It's regular lighthouse. And then as you can see, we have a busted recycler. Now, all of the main monuments that people are familiar with in this map have broken recyclers.
Oh my god. That is savage, dude.
Most of the time, people will find a broken recycler and they'll instantly think that the entire map's nerfed and they're screwed and gameplay is messed up. But what they don't realize is there are technically there's two recycling monuments that you can actually go to recycle, and then there are two hidden recyclers in the map that you have to find on your own. So it gives people an incentive to search.
Okay.
The map size is 5,000.
Okay.
Right? I have been working on this since I keep telling people that I started at Halloween, but I went back and checked, and I've actually been working on this map since the end of July last year.
Oh my.
Almost a year I've been building this thing. Its whole purpose has been designed to not only torture the regular player, but very specifically the main character of the show that I'm attempting to create.
Oh.
So it's a supernatural world built by a company called Curse Incorporated. That's why you see the logo in the center of the map. So it's going to start off with the main character, Gordon Gooseberry. In the real world, he's going to get physically sucked into a computer, Matrix style. And he's essentially cursed to live in the world of Rust until he learns how to be a better person. So that in itself is a little difficult, seeing how Rust is one of the most toxic games ever created.
That's quite the premise, dude. I like it.
If I'm correct, we have 12 custom monuments scattered throughout the map. Some of them have small amounts of loot. Some of them have large amounts of loot, but you have to be willing to explore.
Got it.
The incentive is to give you the upper hand if you have any form of real skill in the world of Rust. So if you're good at sniping, then you'll have a location where you can take full advantage of that skill. If you're good at soloing and sneaking around in the brush, every location has at least 3 ways in and 3 ways out, but they're not always obvious. To give you another example, there are hidden OP building cave bases scattered throughout the walls of the caves, as I was mentioning before.
Yeah.
And I'm actually going to bring you to one of them right now.
Oh, I should ask, so is this intended to be like a actual map people play on, or is it mostly for the movie that you were talking about?
When designing it, it was designed for the movie, but I wanted to make sure that it was in a fully functional map for people to play on, because the intention is to launch the map, let people get comfortable with it and play around, and then once the show launches, they get to see how the main character will affect the terrain and the shape of the map itself.
Holy.
For example, when he first comes into the world, I said he's going to crash land on the beach, comet style. That's going to leave a giant crater in the beach, which is not there at the moment, but after the show goes live and it officially is put up on YouTube, we will update the map in the server so that after people watch the show, they can come in and they'll actually be able to go stand in the crater that Gordon crashed in. And then every time a new episode launches, a new version of the map will come out so that people can continue on with the story. They watch it in YouTube and then they can come live it
Dude,
themselves
that's
in the map.
brilliant.
Now, you may not realize it, but right over here, go on.
Oh, I like it. That's sneaky.
Now, one of the main things that you want to look out for in cliff sides is grass. If you see grass in the side of a cliff, it's probably concealing something. Everybody in Rust tends to have a small affinity for the Pookie Bears, you know?
Big time.
Everybody likes to find them, so I have actually created a bunch of custom Spooky Bears with an S.
Oh.
Yep. So we have 19 Spooky Bears hidden all throughout this map, and they're small Easter eggs to see if you can find them all. I'm going to bring you to one right now.
Okay.
This was originally another mapper's creation, but I wound up ripping off the front of it and then decorating it in my own style. And then I put one of my Spooky Bears inside. So feel free to go take a look.
Dude, I love it.
So the Mohawk is the bucket from Excavator, right?
Oh yeah, there you go.
The horns are bone knives.
Oh my God.
The eyelids are the satellite dish insides. The pupils are the framework for the satellite dishes.
Dude.
The cigarette is a roll of toilet paper with another plate light in the end. And then I forgot what I used for the earrings.
Dude, that's insane.
Here's a question. Have you ever seen Monty Python and the Search for the Holy Grail?
Yes.
Okay, do you remember the killer bunny rabbit?
Oh crap! With the grenade. With the grenade. Yes. All right.
Yeah.
I'm
I
here.
was about to say your viewers are about to
I'm
give you
sorry.
a whole bunch of crap.
No, I'm there now. All right. It was a while ago.
So why don't you pull out a torch and go head on in and take a look. Let me see what you find.
It's very dark and spooky. Firstly.
It is.
Oh my God, dude! Oh, it's alive. Christ. Oh my. Does it? Can it actually attack players?
It cannot hurt you at the moment. It cannot attack you, but my goal is to see if I can create a rad zone in here so you'll at least take damage if you get too close to the bunny rabbit.
Dude, I love it. Oh my God, it's massive.
Now, remember what I told you about cliff sides and
Caves,
grass, right?
Yeah, let's take a look. Oh snap.
So now that you've found your way in, my recommendation to you is no clip through the wall and take a look at it.
Okay.
So you can really see what you're getting yourself
Oh yeah,
into.
the scale.
Now, you'll notice that there are some areas of this cave that have long shafts that head straight down with a little room down at the bottom. You see this shaft right next to me that leads down?
Yes.
Okay, so this is one of many oubliettes. So back in the medieval times, if you did something really heinous and they didn't actually want to execute you so that you were able to end it quickly, they would put you in something called an oubliette, which is essentially a prison cell with no doors. They would toss you down a hole and they would leave you there to starve to death.
Oh God.
That's essentially what I've created here. If people aren't careful, they'll find themselves in an oubliette and their only option will be to F1 kill themselves.
That's brutal, dude. Holy crap.
I'm going to show you something that people would expect to see in the game Ark, but not in Rust.
Okay.
Have you ever heard of anybody building a Zerg base inside of a cave?
Oh God, can you make some massive thing in here?
Oh, go on, go take a
pretty
look.
excited.
Make sure your light's on though.
Ooh, we got a furnace. Oh, can you build all down here?
Yep, you can build in this entire area. This furnace does not come standard. Somebody placed it
I
here.
figured. That is actually wild. That'd be super cool to see like a massive tall base in a cave.
I want to see a Zerg fill this hole up and start trying to dominate the map. But then if you follow me, we'll leave the helicopter here. But if you come straight across Excavator,
Yep.
you'll notice that there are also Zerg islands with single entry points to them that are scattered
Oh.
along the middle area of the map. So imagine somebody decided they wanted Excavator to be their monument, and they took their Zerg and they built up on this base. And then another Zerg went in and filled up that cave over there. So now this in and of itself is a very small war zone between two large clans. And any solo that's trying to roll through here has to be extra careful. You know what I mean?
That'd be super cool. I like that idea.
So now we're going to head over to Outpost and the Sperm Cat,
Lovely.
because I did something a little special to that.
Oh boy. Oh, it's empty.
Yep. Hold on, let me get you something. This and this.
Oh, I see you.
Have fun.
Can you legit build in here? Oh,
Oh,
dude,
dude,
I love it.
you can even completely encapsulate it. I've already done that. And then the other day when Blueprint was in here, he filled this main room up with a base so that the stone walls came flush up with the broken windows, and it looked amazing.
Yeah, that would look pretty cool.
Let's continue on. Oh, put your gun away. We're heading to outpost.
Oh, got it.
Okay, so it's standard outpost at the moment.
Yep.
Um.
Oh,
Oh shit!
that's. I
forgot
feel
I
like
added
that's a
that.
little different. It's standard outpost.
Yeah, no, not standard outpost. Run over to the junkyard.
Got it. Got it.
Sorry.
No, dude, it's all good. That's really funny.
We are actually, when you come to the junkyard here, the junkyard is pretty standard. I've added a little extra loot, maybe a couple of small prefabs here and there just to kind of catch people off guard, not much.
Spice it up.
But the real surprise is what's underneath this is a cave system called the Ant Farm.
Oh boy.
And it's about between 4 and 5 grid systems long. You can easily get lost down here.
Jesus. Hang on. Oh man, I love the just the casual little entrance.
Now, I can't take credit for this cave system. A fellow mapper actually popped into my inbox one day and said, "Hey, do you want to add my cave to your map?" And I said, "Sure." And they said it's a little big. And that was an understatement. So now we're coming up to recycling monument number 2.
Oh my god. Definitely a thing for the skulls. Holy.
I needed it to have some seriously, like, kind of creepy, almost cheesy elements to it.
Yeah, it's there for sure.
This is my favorite entrance. Head on in.
Oh boy. Oh, nice. Are there the spooky bear?
Now, this recycling monument functions a little differently. You
Oh, yeah?
have a recycler out in the open where everybody can see and they can use.
Mhm.
Now, this is good if you have a group of people, so if you have somebody that can watch your back. But as a solo, this is not the choice you want to make. Run up. Do a little bit of parkour.
Oh, got you.
Get up onto the bear's head.
Man.
And he has a recycler up here. Now, you'll notice that from up here, you have to watch the entranceway that you came in. And the
Mhm.
one to your left. Now, there's also an entranceway to your right and one behind you, but you can actually take cover behind the pipe and with the rock.
Got it.
Now, we'll see. Now, many of the locations in this map have this thought process in mind. So, if you come to a location and you see 2 obvious in-your-face ins and outs to that location, there's a really good chance there's a third one hidden that you're unaware of.
Ooh, okay.
So now we're heading into the middle.
Okay, got it.
Oh, I think this is probably something important to show the viewers, so I'm going to intentionally mess us up in the heli.
Sure.
So right now we're safe because the terrain is underneath us. We have no problems, but I have heli traps built around the center of the map. So what that means is I've taken the ocean floor to the water around the inner ring, and I've dropped it down as far as it can go. So if you try to fly over it, I'm
Oh.
holding, so it'll drop you out of the sky.
Wow. That is
there's-
interesting.
So what happens is the terrain winds up sending a signal to your helicopter saying you're too high up, you need to go down, and you fall like a rock right out of the sky.
Oh. So cool. Okay, so you definitely don't want helis in the middle.
Yeah, no, it's not that I don't want helis in the middle. It's I don't want helis to be easy to get to the middle. It needs to be difficult. If you want to take a heli from the outside of the ring and bring it in, this is your only option. So feel free to come on in and then no clip through the wall so you can actually see what you'd have to fly through.
Oh boy. Oh boy. That's quite the system.
You also have to hope that you take the right tunnel, because if you take the wrong tunnel, there is no exit. And the other tunnel will dump you in the middle of launch site.
Oh my god, dude. That is bonkers. This is so brutal.
So we have your standard monuments here, but these are a lot of your more sought after higher tier monuments.
Mm-hmm.
I've intentionally put all of them inside of a snow biome because you do not want to be wearing metal armor in a snow biome, which is going to make PvP that much more annoying.
Nice.
So that is very much intentional on my part.
I like it.
So you'll notice we have a new airfield. Now this is, like I told you before, I spawned in the actual monument.
Ooh.
I I applied the height, which means the terrain came up so that you had the appropriate hills and everything. And then I deleted the monument and rebuilt it by hand.
Oh my god.
Like the wall
Dude.
around this monument, I had no idea it was going to be so damn annoying. But you'll notice you have a lot more places to hide. There are more opportunities for PvP. This is going to be a loot-heavy location.
Yep.
And I have a decent amount of loot in here already, but I'm going to be adding more.
Adding more, okay. My only concern is that it is such a massive map that I feel like to make it work at its best, you'd need like at least 200 players, maybe even 300, because it's just so massive, you know?
I agree. Now, I've also considered now forgive what I'm about to say because I hate this name, but I have been considering a Fortnite-esque aspect to it, and what I mean by that is having a rad zone that will force players to move in a specific direction around the map.
That's not a bad idea. Yeah. When are you thinking of launching it yourself, like in terms of like when your loot tables will be done and all that stuff?
Worst case scenario, next week, like early next week, to have our first stress test wipe, and then I want to take 2 weeks to fix and plug any holes that we discover while doing that. And then the idea is to release the map for people to play on.
Okay, well that was a super unique opportunity to check out definitely the craziest map I've ever seen in Rust. Like this is insane. I am amazed. Yeah, I mean, I would imagine you guys are too. This is just phenomenal. And the script and story idea is very interesting. We'll see if it actually works. You know, I always get worried people get really cool ideas, but if it actually pans out or not is a different story. I definitely wish him all the best. Like, I really hope it works. It's a brilliant idea, I think. Anywho, definitely let me know what you think of the map. Would you play on a server like this? I think it's definitely worth trying out, but man, I hope it's not so brutal that it deters players, right? Anyways, guys, that's going to be the end of the video. Hopefully you found it entertaining. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.